ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to another episode of the C.D. Racula Show. Today's show will be taking a look at the 2025 television series that debuted on HBO, It. Welcome to Derry. Before we start an epic game of cat and mouse with our boy Pennywise, if you guys would be so kind as to subscribe to my channel, I would be so grateful. I might even give you a nice big red balloon. So this television series takes place before the 2017 film It and the 2019 film It Chapter 2. So yes, it is a prequel for those films. And if there's one thing I love, it's prequels. In fact, let me ask you guys out there in YouTube land a quick question. What is your favorite prequel film and or television show? For me, it's Annabelle Creation. The whole Conjuring series is just so scary. So it's fun to see the beginnings and dive deeper into the characters. So yes, needless to say, I'm a big fan of prequels, to say the least. So, just curious, what your favorite prequel film or series might be. Just a little curious guy, me. Pennywise, the dancing clown, is one of the most iconic horror characters of all time. So when I learned the directors of the It films were creating this prequel series, Welcome to Derry, and Bill Skarsgård was coming back as Pennywise, the dancing clown, I was just so pumped out of my rotted little brain to watch it. The cool thing about most films based on the novels by the one and only, the GOAT, Stephen King, is that there is a lot of crossover characters and places, and this film is absolutely crawling with them. Dick Halloran, for example, is this psychic trying to find the it creature or being or entity or whatever you want to call it, so that the U.S. military can contain it and use it as a weapon. Dick was also in The Shining and Dr. Sleep. Also, they talk about Shawshank Prison in this film, which we know is from the film The Shawshank Redemption. Derry itself is in so many of Stephen King's works that it is hard to name them all. I think they did a good job in this season of making the town itself almost embody the it entity and making it seem like the town was sick. The town of Derry itself just seems like it has a dark and evil cloud always hanging over it. They did jump around a heck of a lot in this film, if I'm being honest, but I thought that although the plot was a little bit scatterbrained, I think that the it character is so good, and Skarsgård's portrayal of the character is so well done that it can overshadow the plot that at times seemed a little too jumpy, even for me. Speaking of Pennywise, we learned quite a few things about the creature in Welcome to Derry. The first thing we learned was that he is an alien being that arrived to Earth via a meteorite, like so many aliens do. I always thought of Pennywise more along the lines of an evil spirit or something from hell. But no, he's just an alien from another planet. We learned that he has to stay in Derry because the Native American civilization that was there, they hid pieces of the material from the meteorite from whence he came, surrounding Derry in the form of pillars that Pennywise fears and cannot cross. So if those pillars were gone, then Pennywise, or it, would be free to roam the whole entire world, and that would be very, very bad news for all the humans. Pennywise is a shape-shifting alien, so he has no shortage of forms, besides the clown, of course, that we've grown most accustomed to. He likes to manifest himself as your worst fears, kinda like Freddy Krueger in that way. The forms that I like best were the two-headed giant bat baby thing that killed all those kiddos in the movie theater. The moose was pretty sweet as well, and something I didn't see coming, the moose. And last but certainly not least, the old man. Old people can be scary. Take me, for instance. I thought the image of Pennywise eating that guy's head like it was an apple or something, and the blood all over the bottom of his chin was such an epic look for an already epic-looking character. He turned into some kind of a giant bat monster at the end, without giving too much away, because if you haven't watched this show, then you need to get your butt on the couch, and you definitely should. But yeah, just look at the talons on the clown. Oh, super, super cool. Something that struck me as interesting, Pennywise arises every 27 years to terrorize and feed on the fear and the flesh, let's be honest, of the townsfolk of Derry. Okay, so that much we already knew, but I couldn't help but think of some similarities between the Pennywise entity and the Creeper from the film Jeepers Creepers. The Creeper wakes every 23rd spring and gets to feed every 23 days. Though the Creeper isn't a shapeshifter, he does have a lot of similarities to Pennywise. He has big, giant bat-like wings that we see here at the end. Really, really hard to kill. It's hard to kill the Creeper and Pennywise. He smells fear on his prey. I don't know, maybe they came from the same horrible planet or something. Just something I thought was interesting. Be curious to hear your thoughts out there in YouTube land. The ending of Welcome to Derry is fantastic, and I won't ruin it for you because you have to watch. But suffice to say, we haven't seen the last of old Pennywise, as we get connected to the 2017 film It, as we get a glimpse of Beverly Marsh here at the end. Pretty cool ending. I do have good news for you guys out there in YouTube land. It appears that there will be a season 2 of Welcome to Derry that's supposed to be set in 1935, dealing with the gang shooting that they alluded to multiple times in this story, if you pay attention, which I rarely do. It's supposed to be released in 2027 sometime, so keep an eye out for Pennywise. You know he'll be watching you. In closing here, I do think that this story jumped around an awful lot, and that was a little hard to follow sometimes, at least for me, you know. I'm just a simple 600-year-old vampire. Yeah, but as I stated earlier, the character Pennywise is just so awesome that he was able to more than compensate for the bonkers storyline. And I love me some prequels, so I will be giving this television series, Welcome to Derry, some pretty darn high marks on the old scarometer. I mean, with Pennywise, you basically have to, you know. I would like to thank you guys for joining me here on this episode of the C.D. Racula Show. And if you could use that beautiful blood red subscribe button that means life or death to me, I would be most grateful unto you. Please join me next episode of the show when I chat about another epic horror monster that lives only in your nightmares, as I do a piece on how I think Freddy Krueger is the greatest villain of all time. You better not sleep on that episode. Such a bad joke, but whatever. So, till next time, my little blood bags out there in YouTube land. If you ever find yourself in a little town in Maine called Derry, just remember that in Derry, no one ever really dies. Ta-ta, my dears. Ta-ta.